You will get anything that you want from your specific person.
That's easy.
Hey guys, I'm Jasmine, Manifest Fast with Jasmine, and in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about how to make him fiend and scream for you, how to make him feign for you, how to make him dote on you and want you and cherish you and love you forevermore. So if you want to be loved and cherished by a special man, someone of your choosing, a specific person, if you really want to manifest a relationship or a dynamic with a person of your dreams, and you're having a hard time and you don't know how, I'm going to give you, first of all, I've been studying this for a really long time, okay? I have over 13 years at this point, and I'm gonna tell you what made the difference for me, because I have those things in my life and I maintain those things in my life, and I've manifested what you want in many different types of ways with many different types of people. And so I remember when I was many years in, as far as like learning how to manifest, studying how to manifest, and I thought that I really knew all the tricks of the trade and all the techniques and the practices and the tools. Okay, but I remember really being in love with someone and really wanting them and doing my best effort to apply manifesting and law of attraction tactics and just getting opposite results. So if you're at that point where you have tried everything and you feel like it's just getting worse, or you're not getting the results that you want, and you want to get not just scanty results or not just unreliable results, but you really want to figure out, what do I need to do to make this work? And if you want to fully understand it, I don't want to give you shiny, glittery things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to give you bells and whistles. I'm going to give you what really is going to make the difference in your manifesting life to get that person in the relationship with you, or in that dynamic with you, to get you those results that you actually really want from them, that they genuinely love you, treasure you, cherish you, dote on you. You can have all that. That's not too much to ask. Okay, so remind yourself, it's not a big deal. It's not too much to ask. So in this video, I'm going to talk about two things mainly that really are going to make the difference for you. Two things that if you understand this is going to tip the scales for you as far as getting the results that you want. Not just trying to apply and not understanding why it doesn't work. So stick with me all the way until the very end, because one of the things that I'm going to talk about is persistent affirming and how to apply it so that it works, okay? Persistent affirming doesn't always work, and there's a reason, but I use it all the time in a way that makes it work for me. So I'm going to explain to you how to use it in a way that makes it actually work. Manifesting, like I say to you guys quite often, is not all about techniques and practices and tactics. You need to really understand the reasoning behind the techniques and the practices. If it was just the techniques, like I had somebody message me on Instagram today, and they said that they did the 555 technique, but they accidentally wrote down their affirmation 556 times. And is it still gonna work? And this is a perfect example of the fact that people don't understand manifesting as a whole and why the tactics work. And so if you don't understand why it works and what makes it work, you're not going to be able to make it work for yourself, okay? So persistent affirming works, but it doesn't work every time. And if you don't believe me and you want to prove that to yourself, go ahead and affirm I'm a millionaire, and affirm it all day, every day, persistently, for weeks, months, whatever, and see how many of you become millionaires. And if you do, comment below. I would love to hear about it. But that's just an example of, you know, hey, something, what's behind it that's actually working or not. So the first thing that I'm actually going to say about how to make him feign over you and really love and cherish and want to be with you in that sweet way that you want. How to get that sweet relationship that you want with that specific person. Doesn't matter if it's a guy, girl, man, whatever. So here's the thing is, when you're dealing with a person, you have two options. Either you're believing in the reality that is yours, that you're creating, you're holding your frame, which means you're not allowing yourself to be influenced by anybody else's thoughts or world or reality or opinion. You're holding true and steadfast to what you want to create. Okay? So when it comes to dealing with another person in your reality, they're all created by you, by the way. So like, it's like this illusion where you create the illusion that they're hard to get or unattainable or that they like you or don't like you. You're creating all of that. That's just a perception on your part based on whatever it is you're filling your head with lately. That's really what it comes down to. So when you're dealing with someone, sometimes you're going to get like reflections that are the opposite of what you want, or they're going to scare you or whatever. It's all an illusion. So number one, write this down. Make sure that you are not falling for their reality. Don't fall for his reality. It doesn't matter what his reality is. And I can give you a perfect example, and I just use this example all the time because it's a good example. So when I first met my husband, who is totally obsessed with me all day, every day, one of the first things he ever said to me was, "Oh, I don't trust love." And I laughed in his face and I said, "Spend one day with me." And he did, and now we're married and we can't get enough of each other, okay? And it's been that way. So that is a perfect example of me not giving into his reality at all. And my reality winning out because I didn't give into his reality. I didn't give it any importance. I didn't believe it, not for a second. I translated it through the lens of my end and my reality and the clarity of what I want, and believing in that persistently without any shudder or wobble. Okay? So make sure that you're just reminding yourself that this is all an illusion. Whatever you're perceiving of them is just a perception. It's just like whatever that reality that you're creating in your mind about them being reflected back to you. It's a really interesting matrix type of thing. Don't fall for their reality, fall for your reality. Okay, and you know, you gotta be strong and confident, and you gotta really have your mind screwed on straight for this. So this is why, like, I have a private coaching group that if you join it, we're going to support each other. We're going to remind each other of these things consistently and continually. And I'm running courses in that group all the time. Like, I have plenty of hours of courses, how I got my specific person back, transcending circumstances, which means not paying attention to anything outside of you, holding fast to your reality. That's what we're talking about. Now I'm doing a course on how to make them obsessed. This is just reinforcement that you need in order to execute these things, you know, because I can tell you, like, oh, just know it into being. And like, that doesn't mean that you can do that. You need some sort of continual reinforcement for that. So if you're interested in joining a group like mine, that link is going to be below in the pinned comment. Moving on to affirming. All right, let's talk about affirming and what really makes persistent affirming work. Because like I said, it's not just going to work. Let me explain that. So the first thing that I want to say is everybody is trying to obtain a solution and trying to manifest the solution, the thing, the answer to their prayer. But nobody really is focusing on the understanding, obtaining an understanding that makes the solution come. And you really want to focus on the understanding that makes the solution come. I use persistent affirming to create what I want quite often in my life. I notice like that this is a technique that naturally comes forth within me as a result of an alignment that I have already accomplished. Okay, are you getting that? So persistent affirming works, but it will only work if you have already established a level of alignment that is close enough to what you're affirming that the affirming just reinforces what you have already established vibrationally. Okay? So you will get opposite results if you are in a state of non-belief, or like a vibration or a state that is not close enough to what you're trying to affirm. You will get opposite results because you're not actually believing what you're affirming. You're not believing what you're stating. So every time that you say it to yourself, you say the affirmation to yourself, you actually activate a fear or resistance instead of activating a faith or a belief or a knowing. So when you do the vibrational work to change your state, to establish a certain level of stability or belief or knowing or faith or an ability to live in your end, and then you affirm from there persistently, oh, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get what you want. Shit's gonna turn around. People are going to remarkably just be what you intend for them to be. Situations are gonna turn. That's when you can control the entire world. But in order to make any technique work, including persistent affirming, you have to establish a vibrational shift first. So you establish a vibrational shift, and then you use the technique or the affirmation to persistently reinforce the shift that you've already established. Now, if you do that with your specific person, and you can apply this to anything, like, oh, I want him to chase me. I want him to be obsessed with me. I want him to be addicted to me. I want him to love every inch of my body. I want him to be super attracted to me. I want him to not be able to get enough of me and be around me all the time. I want him to cherish me and treasure me and follow me till the ends of the earth. I want him to be putty in my hands. I want him to ask me to marry him, and I want him to be only attracted to me and only have eyes for me, and I want him to take me on vacation or honeymoon, or I want him to buy me a ring and get married. Whatever it is that you want, you can accomplish this with persistent affirming. If your persistent affirming is in conjunction or as a result of a vibrational shift you've already established. So if you do these two things that I have in this video, where you don't give a rat's ass what they are thinking or saying in their reality, because you're not paying any attention to that, you're just paying attention to what you're creating, and then you persistently affirm what you're creating, you will get anything that you want from your specific person. And this is not, something selfish or manipulative. You're already creating the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're already doing it. So why don't you do it to your benefit and use it to create things that are mutually beneficial and beautiful and harmonious and lovely? Okay, so hey, if you're still watching, that means that you like the video, so make sure that you click the like button, subscribe. If you want to work more closely with me and you like what I'm doing here, make sure that you join my group. That link is going to be in the pinned comment below. Also, if you're in the US, text me. Text insiders to 474747 for insider updates, and I'll be able to text you guys. Make sure that you click the like button and subscribe and hit the all so that you're notified every time I come out with a new video. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
That was easy.